A new book is challenging critical race theory as it creeps into classrooms nationwide. Black Eye for America: How Critical Race Theory is Burning Down the House, exposes the threat CRT poses to our students and American values. The authors of that book, Dr. Carol Swain and Dr. Christopher Schorr, join me now. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning. Dr. Swain, tell us about the title. Why did you say that it's burning down the house?
Well, the house is America, and critical race theory has permeated every institution. It is destroying our nation, so it is burning down our house. And if you think about Black Lives Matter and Antifa, they literally burned down parts of America.
Dr. Schorr, what led you to want to write this book?
Well, we both came to this project because there was an outpouring of concern from parents, from citizens, legislators, just all around the country for surrounding the spread of these divisive and really racist themes out of critical race theory and into our major social institutions. And so we wanted to just explain in language that's non-academic, that everyone could understand, you know, where these ideas come from and what they can do to combat them.
And Dr. Swain, what did you find?
Well, I mean, we've been talking about it for a long time, and critical race theory, we expose its Marxist roots, how it impacts our society, and how it is un-American. It runs counter to our civil rights laws, our Constitution, and we have 2 chapters on how to combat it, how to resist it. And this book also has a glossary for people that are unfamiliar with the terms, and an index and citations, and it's short. Anyone can get through it in a few hours.
Okay, well, that's good. Dr. Schorr, we hear all these school districts and all these lawmakers in these Democratic areas, and they say, we're not teaching critical race theory. But then we have the parents on Fox News, and they say they are, and here's the evidence. Are they surreptitiously putting this in our kids' minds and in all their books and their literature, and we don't know about it?
Yeah, so that's actually one of the reasons, that's the main reason we wrote this book, is that critical race theory doesn't present itself as critical race theory. It presents itself as educational equity or diversity, equity, inclusion. They have all these euphemisms, but in order to understand what it is your kids are being exposed to, it does require a little bit of research. And you're right, it is disingenuous in many cases. I mean, if they called it critical race theory, then immediately parents would recoil, people would know what it is they're being exposed to.
Dr. Swain, I've heard critics of critical race theory say you're fighting racism with racism. Do you agree?
I certainly do agree. Critical race theory is racist, it's un-American, it runs counter to our Constitution, and it harms all of our children and our nation.
What is the best way, do you think, Dr. Schorr, after this research, to heal our country so we're not divided?
Well, I mean, first of all, people have to understand...
Sorry, I'll start with you, Dr. Swain, and then we'll go to Dr. Schorr.
People have to understand what critical race theory is, how it manifests itself, how dangerous, because a lot of people who are embracing it, they think they're doing a good thing. Some of them believe it. The ordinary people, the elites, know that it's Marxist and it's about tearing down our nation and our institutions.
So, Dr. Schorr, your response?
Yeah, so the source of our strength as a nation has always been our unity, and what critical race theory does is it divides us up against each other, it emphasizes differences, it suggests that our differences put us in these mutually antagonistic camps. And so, you know, coming back together is really going to have to do with American nationalism. It's going to have to do with promoting our common identity and our common values, and understanding that that opposition to racism and opposition to prejudice is what's rooted in our nation's DNA, right? It's not, our nation's DNA is not bigotry and racism. It's liberty, equality, it's equal treatment under the law, it's legal neutrality, merit, and these things.
Yeah, we don't want our country to have black eyes. We want to be healed as a country and come together. The book is called Black Eye for America. Go pick it up today. Dr. Swain, Dr. Schorr, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.